This video tutorial is designed to help you understand how to get started with Nearpod. In it, you'll learn how to find pre-created activities, how to create your own, and the different types of content and activities you can include in your Nearpod. To begin, go to nearpod.com. You'll need to log in. If you haven't created an account, one of the fastest ways is to link your Google account to Nearpod so that you don't have to remember an additional login. Once you're there, it'll take you to your home page. Here's what your home page looks like. We're going to start with Explore. This is where you can go to find pre-created activities that align to your content. You can search for specific lessons up here. You can add in filters to specify grade level and content area, or you can just browse through different content areas down here. If you would like to create your own, you can either access it from your home by going to Create Here, and once you're there, you'll need to title it. For today, we're going to be learning about France. And then you have your Add Slide button here and here. But if you already have a pre-created PowerPoint or PDFs or images, you can actually upload those files straight to here and include them in your Nearpod activity. I'm going to start by going over the different types of content you can add. So I'm going to click Add Slide, Add Content. The first one I'm going to do is just a basic slide. This would be like any other slideshow you were doing. You can add a title. You can select what you want to add in here. I'm going to just do text. And now we have our title page for a slide. You can use that to add videos or any type of information you need to get to students. What a Nearpod looks like, just so you know when you get started, when students are using it on their screens, whatever you create here shows up on their screen. So instead of you projecting it onto a projector or with a projector up front, it will actually be on students' screens so that they can be interacting with it. So that's what it looks like as a final product, but let's continue building ours now. We're going to add another slide. This time I want to show you a really cool new feature that Nearpod has added called Sway. These are interactive presentations that students can click through and go through. For today, there are a number of different ones you can look through, but today we're going to look at France. So I'm just going to go down here and click France. If you use Sway with Office 365 and create your own, you can also import those here. So I'm going to find it. I'll show you a quick preview so that you can see what it looks like. Once it loads, it has a bunch of information and students can click on it, they can interact with it. You'll notice it has the national anthem here that they can play. So you can add this in so when students get there, they'll go through all of this on their computer. I'm going to add the Sway in there, and then I'm going to show you the next one, which is another really cool feature called Nearpod 3D. What this is it will give you a bunch of 3D models that pop up on the students' screens when you're doing the activity, and they can move it around and manipulate it to look at it a little bit more. Today we're going to go look at the Eiffel Tower. So here's what it looks like. It gives me a 3D model, and I can manipulate it by dragging my mouse around. So I'm going to add it in there. The rest of the content features, you can add slideshows if you already have them made. Field Trip is content that you have to have a gold membership for, as well as the live Twitter stream and the PDF viewer, but these other ones you can have with the free account. Web content requires a subscription, so I'm going to skip that one for now, but let's look at activities. The first one is just an open-ended question. What this will do is pop up a question on students' screens with a space for them to type a response, so this is really good for short responses. For this one, we'll just ask, what is the most interesting thing you learned about France? If you're using this in a math class or a science class where you'll need some symbols, you can click on this button and it'll open up a menu of different math symbols you can use. You can also add videos and images. You can do it in almost every type of activity in Nearpod. So we'll save that to add it on there. And then the next one we'll look at is the poll. So I'm going to go back to Add Activity, add a poll. I'm going to add my question here in the different options. Again, you'll see the math symbols, the image over here. This option to notice, if you want students to only be able to choose one, make sure to turn that off so that they don't select multiple, and I'm going to save that. So that's a poll. The next one is another multiple choice, but it's more of a quiz style. So I'm going to add an activity. I'm going to add a quiz. You can put multiple questions in a quiz. For now, I'm just going to do one to save time. We'll add a couple answers here. If I wanted to add another question, I could add one here. I could add a title if I would like, but it's not required. Make sure once you create your question that you click on the correct answer so that students can know if they got it right or wrong. I'm going to save that to add it there. And then there are two more activities I want to show you. The next one is the Draw It feature. This one can be quite entertaining, especially if students are trying to draw with Chromebooks or some sort of screen that isn't touch sensitive. So I'm going to give the instructions here. If you have a PDF, say for example you've already created something, maybe a cell that students need to annotate or that they need to draw different components on, you can put the PDF on here and students will be able to draw on that. You can add it from Dropbox or you can browse through your files. So I'm going to save it. And then I'll show you the last one. This is a new one that's pretty cool. It's called Collaborate. This is sort of like a real-time bulletin board. So I'm going to title it I'm going to add picture. In here, students can post links, post images, add comments, but they'll show up as little stickies on the bulletin board. Oh, you'll notice I just adjusted the style. There are 5 templates you can use. So that you can put everything in one place, and then at the end you can actually save it or share it out with students so they have a collection of all these ideas. So with that, you know how to find pre-created activities, how to create your own, and the major types of content and activities you can add in your own Nearpod. All of this is in here. All you need to do now is save and exit. You'll need to add a description if you would like. You can select the grade level, the subject, and then save it. And you'll notice it shows up in your library here. So now once you're ready, you can do a live lesson or a student-paced lesson. That's going to be covered in the next video so that this one doesn't get too long. So if you want to see what a Nearpod looks like when you're operating it, be sure to watch the next video.